Today I looped the gear with butter.
That runs a lot smoother.
I failed to bust a malfunction. Not again. And we say goodbye to the era of compact discs. Hello, welcome to Fault Busters from Fun Cars and Good People. My name is Carl. In this video, I'm going to fix the CD changer for this BMW E90 M3 because I have got a fault code about CD changing mechanism. This is the 6-round magazine. When we insert the magazine into the CD changer, it is going to read the CD information one by one. Sometimes a stack is stuck, sometimes the whole magazine is stuck. You are going to see the symptoms when we open up the CD changer later in this video. Spoiler alert! If we cannot fix the malfunction, I will show you how to do the coding on a BMW to completely remove the module. Now let's move on and take out the CD changer and see what we can do for it. Plastic clip, 2 screws here, and also 4 clips here. This is a Japanese spec M3, so we have this hard disk drive navigation. Here we have the TV module, the CD changer, and the amplifier. These modules are stacked with 2 racks, the upper rack and the lower. We are going to release a rack with an 8mm socket. 4 screws for the rack that holds the CD changer. Alright, you are out. Remove the plug for the most fiber and its power. My philosophy about the broken stuff: anything can be fixed by just disassembling and assembling. It is recommended to remove the front cover first. We open this layer. Off the front cover goes, and that should be removed in advance. See? I told you to remove the front cover first. So let's see what is wrong with the CD changer. Let's
take a look at the socket for power. The pin number is printed on the socket housing. We already saw that pin number 1 is positive, number 2 is negative.
And now, supply DC 12 volt.
Okay, let's go. Ejection is okay, but actuation is not.
If the CD tray puller is stuck halfway, you can restore its position by rotating this big black gear.
How about that? Alright, you want to go through with the last step. Alright, let's dig deeper. Be very careful with this. 太热了哈。
平均我这边几乎都没有在修的。
Okay, the frame is out. All right. Eject. Good. Don't be crazy. Why won't you eject?
If the magazine is jammed, you can eject it by moving this latch.
Alright, it is working. This one. This motor can make the tray puller actuate. Now it is working. Going one by one. Now you are very smooth. Trim number 6. I guess I'll just lubricate everything. Let's just squeeze every moving part, the gear, the sliders, the joints with this auto grease. Let's insert the tray to trigger the actuation, and we apply the grease. That runs apart smoother. Now the CD changer is working flawlessly. It looks like a little bit butter makes it work better. So let's put everything back.
The assembly is simply the reverse of disassembly. Let's save some time on the video for the following works. Same simplicity for assembling the trunk. I believe is a piece of cake for you. It has been 100 kilometers away since we inspected and greased the CD changer, but I still get the fault code about CD changer mechanism, and the magazine is frequently stuck. Not again. I do not feel like opening the CD changer again and looking for possible broken gears. My reason to keep the equipment on the car was to reflect the design philosophy and the technology of that time, since the M3 has become a mobile museum on the road, which has a lot of stories to tell. What will you do at this moment? You are very welcome to leave a comment below. And as a fault buster who don't listen to CD anymore, I have decided to remove the CD changer from the car. If you can't solve a problem, solve the person who raised it. Thank you, you are fired. Let's take a quick moment to learn about the MOST circuit. MOST means Media-Oriented System Transport. It is responsible for transferring sound signal among multimedia modules. The head unit, radio, CD player, top hi-fi amplifier, etc. are all on the MOST circuit. The MOST circuit has a ring structure constructed by optical fibers. The circuit starts at the head unit, goes through all the modules, and ends at the head unit. There are no specific order of the modules on the MOST circuit. The head unit, the CCC, will automatically recognize the sequence and do the communication job. All we have to do is to make sure we have a closed ring. If the MOST ring is open, there will be no sound from the speakers and of course, a lot of fault codes. The hub of the MOST circuit is on the left shoulder of the passenger. It is right here. We just pop out the armrest like this, and the hub is right here. Right, this is the hub. Alright, next we are going to find out which loop is in and out of the CD changer. To tell the other end of these two optical fibers, I will place a flashlight here, and let's find their exit on the other side. It is not hard to pop open the hub, just like this. We can take a look at the fiber here. So this is the female side, the male side is like this, coupling together. Obviously, this end goes to the front side of the car, so this is either the in or out from the car communication computer. Let's also open this one. It's out. No. No. Number 4. Yes. Light coming out from here. So one end from the CD changer and the other one is here. Great. We have found the two optical fibers for the CD changer. We have removed the two optical fibers to the CD changer. Before we move on, let's make sure again which two fibers connects to the CCC. So here they are these two that goes to the CCC. And obviously I cannot put this fiber at in 1, otherwise the light signal just goes directly back into the CCC and bypass all the modules. So I will allocate in 5 to in 1, place the optical fiber here to complete the most circuit. Let's go in 5 to in 1. Input to in 5. Make sure they sit tight. Then the remaining one, just plug it in 2. Now the input and output go through all the modules on the most circuit. All we have to worry about is the completeness of the most circuit. Easy enough, right? Time to put everything back. The mount. For the remaining fiber of the CD changer, that is going to require a rearranging of the main harness. So I'll leave it there. Next time maybe I remove the Japan navigation or the hands-free phone system. I will arrange them together. Well, see you soon. The armrest, make sure the white clip is seated on the armrest. Watch out the clips here and here. Arrange the seat belt and push. You hear a click. This part is done. Let me go ahead and show you how to do the coding on a BMW to completely remove a module and never get the fault code. The first part of coding is to change the vehicle order. When a BMW is assembled in the factory, a list of a vehicle order, or VO, or FR in German, is stored in the car to let the modules know what equipment they have. When the car resets, for example, after power outage, the modules will read the VO and configure themselves for the corresponding equipment. On the E90, the VO is stored in the CAS and NFRM modules. The second part of coding is to configure the related modules. Some people use default coding to reset all the modules on the car after changing the VO. But I wanted to keep the previous customization I made to the car, so I will only code the modules that are related to the CD changer and the most circuit. There are 2 modules in the CCC which have configurations related to the CD changer. They are CAPPL and C-host. To do the coding for the BMW E90, first we are going to need a laptop installed with NCS Expert and NCS Dummy. We are going to need this K plus D CAN USB cable plugged it on the OBD2 port. Then switch on the car, switch on ignition but without starting the engine. Then we can go to work on the computer. Now we run NCS Expert. First, load the profile. We will use NCS Dummy profile. Okay. First, we are going to read the vehicle identification number, the VIN, from the car. So press VIN and from ECU. So the car E90 belongs to the E89 family. Okay. We read from CAS. Okay, you got my vehicle identification number here, blah, blah, blah. Click back. So next we want to change the vehicle order of the car to remove the CD changer. The vehicle number is the FA. Click FA and enter FA. Again, select E89. Okay. A menu pops up. This is the FA of our car. You can see the CD changer correspond to money mark 672. We just press delete. It is gone and press OK. Then next step is to write FA. We press process ECU and it is CAS, okay. And we change job to write, FA write. We just changed the vehicle order, and we have to write it back into the CAS system. FA write, okay. Execute job. Job active, job ended. Go back to main. We also read from the NFRM. Enter FA. E89. Check the SIM. From the FA menu, the vehicle order menu, 672. Delete. Okay. Back. We will process ECU and FRM. Okay. Change job. FA write. Okay. Execute the job. So job ended. So both CAS and NFRM are set. The controlling unit of the master loop is the CCC, the car communication computer. We are going to code the settings. So process ECU, we are going to process CAPPL. That is the setting for the CCC, and it notes all the equipment list on the most loop. So we will change the setting here to tell the car you don't have a CD changer anymore. Read ECU, coding active, coding ended. This is a setting of the CCC. It is stored in this trace file. Close. And we are going to use NCS dummy to translate that setting file. And here from NCS expert, we can see the translation file is a CCC app.c0c. CCC app C0C. So these are the fields of the corresponding setting values, and the setting we just read out is this FSW PSW.trace. Now we can see the box and checks. That means current setting on the car. Using search CDC, find the next. Now the current setting, we have CDC, CD changer, it is active, enabled. We will check the box nicht aktiv, that means not active in German, not enabled, telling the CCC that you don't have a CD changer anymore. We will also search if there are other options. No, only this one. Cancel. Now we've made the change. We export FSW PSW to main profile, to main, and write the setting back to the CCC. Going back to NCS expert, change job to SG coherent. Write the manual profile we just exported, the setting back into the CCC. So job name is coherent, that means code. Execute job, coding active, coding ended. There's another module integrated in the CCC that knows all the equipment on the most loop. That is C host. So we will change ECU and read the setting from C host. Okay, read ECU, coding. The settings is obtained. The translation file is a CCC host.c07. CCC host C07. Load the setting files, and we can directly see the CD changer here. We also use find search function to find all the settings. Okay, only these two. We will set CD changer nicht active, not enabled. The change is made. We export temporary file and write it back to the module. Change job, SG coherent. Okay, execute job, coding active, coding ended. Now the job is done. Both modules knows there's no CD changers on the car. Let's switch off the car, wait for 1 minute for the CCC to completely shut down, then turn on ignition again to see the result. Let's run the vehicle test to see if there are any fault codes. Vehicle test is done. We can see on the most loop there is no CD changer, no fault memory from anything. So we have completely removed the module from the car system, and let's now restore everything. That's all for removing the CD changer and reconfiguring the module by coding with NCS Expert and NCS Dummy. I hope this video gives you useful information and we don't have to see the fault codes from the CD changer anymore. In the previous episode of Fault Busters, I have fixed the rough idle by replacing the oxygen sensor before catalyzer on bank number 1. The related fault codes never come back. However, you may have realized that there is a fault code about catalyzer conversion on bank number 2 when we scanned the car earlier in this video. At this moment, the car is behaving normally, but surely I'm going to look into the fault codes seriously. Maybe I will find something and report back to you in the next episode. Fault Buster Carl, signing off. Today, a cat stopped me from working.
你爪子还勾着。让人家摸呢。
Do you want to help me with the CD changer?
跑来这边。